Welcome, horror enthusiasts. Have you ever moved into a new home only to feel an unsettling presence lurking in the shadows? Today, we delve into the chilling tale of the Taylor family, who thought they found their dream home on Maple Street. But as they unpacked their boxes, they uncovered dark secrets best left undisturbed. What happened to the little girl who once played in the attic? What whispers echo in the night? Join us as we unravel the spine-tingling mystery that transformed a quaint house into a haunting nightmare. Stay tuned, because this story will grip you from beginning to end. Trust me, you won't want to look away.
The Johnsons had always dreamed of moving to a quaint suburban neighborhood, and when they finally found the perfect house on Willow Lane, they couldn't believe their luck. The white picket fence and lush garden seemed like something out of a storybook, but as they stepped inside, a chill ran down Sarah's spine. The air felt heavy, thick with an unshakable sense of dread. Just a little old house charm, her husband Mark chuckled, trying to lighten the mood, but Sarah wasn't convinced. She brushed it off as nerves about the big move. The first few nights were filled with the usual sounds of settling in, creaking floors, the wind howling against the windows. But soon, Sarah noticed something odd. Every night at precisely 2:13 a.m., she would hear soft whispers echoing through the halls. Mark dismissed her concerns, attributing it to the house's age. One particularly stormy night, the whispers grew louder. Heart racing, Sarah crept from her bedroom to investigate. As she moved down the dimly lit hallway, she felt an icy breeze sweep past her, and the whispers coalesced into a faint, mournful wail. "Help me, help me!" Determined to uncover the source of the disturbances, Sarah began researching the house's history. She discovered that it had once belonged to a family who mysteriously vanished 3 decades ago. The townspeople whispered about the mother, who was said to have gone mad after losing her children in a tragic accident. As Sarah delved deeper, the whispers returned, now accompanied by fleeting shadows that danced at the edge of her vision. She felt an overwhelming urge to explore the attic, a space they had yet to examine. Chapter 4. The Attic. The attic door creaked open, revealing a dusty, cobweb-filled space. As she climbed the rickety stairs, Sarah felt a mix of fear and curiosity. Among the forgotten furniture and old trunks, she found a small, dust-covered doll sitting on a shelf. Its glassy eyes seemed to follow her every move. The moment she picked it up, a wave of sorrow washed over her. Images flooded her mind, a mother searching frantically for her children, the doll clutched tightly in her hands. Sarah dropped the doll in horror, realizing she had stumbled upon the essence of the house's tragic past. Chapter 5. The Haunting. After that night, the house transformed. Shadows grew darker, whispers echoed louder, and the temperature dropped. Mark finally took notice when he found Sarah huddled in a corner, visibly shaken. "We need to leave," she pleaded. But Mark was hesitant. He didn't believe in the supernatural and wanted to rationalize everything. That night, he decided to stay up, determined to prove Sarah wrong. As the clock struck 2:13 a.m., Mark heard it too. A child's giggle followed by the chilling wail of a woman. He bolted upright, heart pounding. The whispers grew louder, intertwining with the sound of footsteps echoing in the hallway.
Chapter 6. Confrontation. The couple decided to confront the house together. Armed with a flashlight and shaky resolve, they ventured into the hallway. As they approached the source of the whispers, the air thickened, and they felt an overwhelming sense of grief. "Why are you here?" Sarah shouted, her voice trembling. Suddenly, the temperature plummeted and a figure materialized before them, a woman with hollow eyes and a sorrowful expression, cradling an invisible child. "Help me. Find them," the apparition whispered, before fading back into the shadows. Chapter 7. The Choice. Realizing they had to help the tormented spirit, Sarah and Mark began to piece together the story of the family that once lived there. They learned that the mother had lost her children in a tragic accident and her spirit remained trapped, unable to move on. With each revelation, the hauntings intensified. Objects flew off shelves, doors slammed shut, and the whispers became desperate cries for help. The couple knew they had to perform a ritual to release the spirit. Chapter 8. The Ritual. They gathered items that belonged to the family, a photo of the children, a toy, and the cursed doll. Under the light of the full moon, they set up a makeshift altar in the living room, reciting words of compassion and release. As they spoke, the house trembled and the air crackled with energy. Shadows swirled around them, and the apparition appeared once more, her eyes filled with both despair and hope. "Let me go, please," she whispered, a tear rolling down her cheek. Chapter 9. The Release. In a final crescendo, Sarah and Mark urged the spirit to let go of her pain. "You are free! Your children are waiting for you!" The house shook violently, and an overwhelming light filled the room. The spirit smiled, and for the first time, her eyes were full of peace before she faded away. The house sighed, a gentle breeze sweeping through the rooms, as if a great weight had been lifted. The whispers ceased, replaced by serene silence. Chapter 10. A New Beginning. With the haunting finally over, the Johnsons decided to stay. They transformed the attic into a playroom, honoring the memory of the lost children. The house, once a vessel of sorrow, became a home filled.
When the Taylor family moved into the old Victorian house on Maple Street, they were thrilled by its charm. The intricate woodwork and grand staircase spoke of a bygone era. However, as they unpacked, Rachel, the teenage daughter, felt an unsettling presence. She shrugged it off, thinking it was just the stress of moving. "I love it here!" her younger brother Ben exclaimed, running through the echoing halls. But Rachel remained on edge, sensing something lurking just out of sight. That first night, as the family settled into their new home, Rachel heard soft footsteps in the hallway. She thought it was Ben playing a prank. "Ben, cut it out!" she called out, but received no answer. The footsteps grew fainter, and she decided to investigate. As she stepped into the hallway, a cold breeze brushed past her. The air felt thick, almost suffocating. She turned on her flashlight, illuminating the dark corners, but found nothing. Just as she was about to return to her room, she caught a glimpse of a shadow darting past the stairs. The next day, Rachel decided to learn more about the house. After some research at the local library, she uncovered its grim history. The house had been built in the late 1800s and had seen several families come and go, each leaving under mysterious circumstances. The last family had lost a child, a little girl named Lily, who had been playing in the attic when she fell and never returned. Rachel's heart sank. Could the shadow she saw be Lily? She shared her findings with her parents, but they dismissed her worries as mere teenage imagination. Determined to find out more, Rachel ventured into the attic. The air was stale and filled with the scent of dust and mildew. As she rummaged through old boxes, she found a delicate porcelain doll with striking blue eyes, just like the ones in the family photos she had seen. Suddenly the temperature dropped. The shadows grew longer, and Rachel felt a presence behind her. She turned, but no one was there. The doll seemed to hum with energy, and an overwhelming sadness washed over her. Chapter 5. The Connection. That night, Rachel couldn't sleep. She decided to set up a video recorder in the attic, hoping to capture whatever was haunting her. As she lay in bed, she heard soft whispers calling her name. Curiosity piqued. She tiptoed back to the attic. "Lily?" she called out softly. The air crackled with energy, and the whispers intensified. "Help me! Play with me!" A chill ran down her spine. Chapter 6. The Playdate. The next day, Rachel returned to the attic with her brother Ben. "You have to see this," she insisted. As they played with the doll, Rachel felt a strange connection. The whispers grew louder, and Ben giggled, claiming he could see a little girl playing with them. "Lily wants to play!" he shouted, his eyes wide with excitement. Rachel felt a mix of fear and empathy. They began to play games, and for a brief moment, the atmosphere lightened. But then, the laughter turned to cries. The room darkened and shadows closed in around them. "Help me," the voice echoed, filled with despair. Chapter 7. The Confrontation. Rachel realized they needed to confront whatever spirit lingered in the house. That night, armed with the doll and a sense of purpose, she returned to the attic. "Lily, we want to help you," she called out. The shadows swirled around her and the temperature plummeted. "I'm stuck! I can't find my way!" the voice cried. "Let us help you find peace," Rachel urged. "You don't have to be alone anymore." Chapter 8. The Revelation. Suddenly, the doll's eyes glowed and a vision unfolded before Rachel. She saw Lily, a joyful girl with golden hair, playing in the attic, but then the scene shifted. A dark figure loomed and Lily fell, trapped in the shadows. "The darkness took me," Lily's voice whispered. "I can't leave."
Chapter 9. The Ritual. Determined to free Lily, Rachel gathered her family in the attic. They formed a circle, holding hands and focusing on love and light. "We release you from your pain, Lily. You are free to go," Rachel said, her voice steady. The shadows writhed and screamed, but Rachel held firm. "You are not alone. We are here with you." As the last words left her lips, a blinding light filled the attic and the shadows dissipated. A sweet, joyful laughter echoed, and Rachel felt a warmth envelop her. Chapter 10. The New Beginning. The next morning, the house felt different. The oppressive atmosphere had lifted, replaced by a sense of peace. Rachel and Ben explored the attic and found the doll lying quietly in the corner, now just a simple toy. As time passed, the Taylor family transformed the attic into a playroom. They filled it with laughter and memories, honoring the spirit of Lily. And sometimes, when the sun set just right, they could almost hear the faintest giggle, a reminder that love can bridge even the darkest of divides. The shadows of Maple Street faded into history, leaving behind a home filled with warmth and joy.